back to the KMPH Fox26 News Town Hall on gangs and gang violence in our community. Before we take our next question, Sheriff Mims, you had something you wanted to announce.
Late this afternoon, we got an anonymous donor that donated $5,000 to add to the reward for Brianna Ramirez, and information leading up to the identification and arrest and conviction of that person. That brings the total up to, well, now it's over $10,000. So it's great. The total is $13,000, so that adds to what the city of Parlier, and there's some Parlier community members here today, and I want to give them the recognition they deserve for really rallying around Brianna's family and working as a community to help solve that crime. So Crime Stoppers 498-STOP. The reward is now up to $13,000 for information leading up to the conviction of that person responsible.
Right. Thank you, Sheriff Mims. Please. Your name and affiliation?
Mike Duarez with Cornerstone Church and Cornerstone Community Care, and directing a lot of outreach programs, including the Restore Project. I want to, if we will, for a second here, ask this question because as viewers, and for me, understanding the demographics, the people we're targeting, these families, these children that we're talking about, the perception of a viewer is, what is the answer? What is the community, how can they buy in to what is being said? As you've heard some questions that were asked, is how do we change that perception? The perception is real. As you're out on the street level and you're dealing with these individuals and these gang members and these families, it's not just, as the chief, as you're stating, a police problem, but it's a community perception problem. And so if we can, for a moment, can you talk as a pastor, as an intervention worker, and as a chief and a sheriff, how the community can respond and buy into being proactive to what the solutions are that you are talking about, and really spend some time on that tonight, in the sense that that perception can change. Because ultimately, to stop the violence, you have to change that perception. And as a viewer, and as me sitting and listening to that, and listening to that man talk about, that is exactly what's happening when you're down on the street level. And so we all have a role, but can you talk a little bit about how we, as viewers and as people, can change that perception?
Well, I can tell you from two fronts. Number one is we need the community's help in solving crime in the first place. You know, it's unfortunate. We had a shooting that occurred on February 9th, I believe, and we had a murder that occurred in our city. We had at least 75 people there that witnessed that murder. We've not received one call. So the first thing we need is for people to call in information so that we can solve that crime quickly. The faster we can get that person responsible off the street, the less likely we're going to have a retaliation. The second thing is for people to get involved in their own neighborhood. They don't necessarily have to get involved in an organization, although that's good too, but get involved in their neighborhood and reach out to some of these kids that are out there on the street and do something that is right there in the neighborhood, reaching these kids, whatever that might be. And then there's other organizations they can be a part of. Hope Now for Youth, Youth for Christ, the Restore Project. There's so many great organizations out there. Find one, get engaged, get involved, and make a difference in your community.
I'd like to say something about that. I mean, people can get out in their neighborhoods, like I mentioned before, walk the neighborhoods, get to know the families in the neighborhoods. We have some projects that we collaborate with in and around West Fresno and Southeast Fresno under the umbrella of our West Fresno faith-based organization. We also participate in the Ceasefire, the Mayor's Gang Prevention Program. We have a group called Take a Stand. The Sumler Sisters lead that. We've been meeting over the last couple of weeks, and we're forming some ideas about how to reach deeper into the gang culture in our community. You got Joby Jones sitting here. He's doing great work out at Sunset Center. And I mentioned EOC. So you got a lot of people in the community doing things. And I've been working with some groups over the last couple of weeks where we're going to try to pull those efforts together and reach deeper into our community to try to help families and help gang members make different choices in our community.
Gangs and gang violence in our community. More ideas, more of your questions, more solutions right after this.
Well, thanks a lot, Monty. Again, we continue to check in with what you are telling us tonight here. Through the tweets that you're sending us tonight using the hashtag RiseUpFresno, we see one from Robert who says gangs act like roaming predators moving from community to community to avoid crackdowns, fighting gangs. Stephen Oliver writes, we need to come together to save our children's future. Let's do this. Christian writes, the only way to stop gangs is by teaching kids what gangs or what a gang is. Mike sends us this one, needs to be more than just teaching kids. Many gang members are generational, can't build at schools what is torn down by blood. Again, the hashtag Rise Up Fresno that we're asking for you to use for us tonight, so that way we can easily find your tweets and your Facebook comments and we can continue to share them and allow you to be a part of the conversation tonight. We're going to go to a quick break and then we'll check back in with the town hall over live at People's Church.